Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Be Connected session. I'm with you as always. I'm your host. I'm Emily. I work at the City of Marion Libraries, and today we are getting started with internet banking. Something a bit more technical, but I've made it fun, and we've got heaps of graphics, and there's even an interactive setup we have on Be Connected that I'll show you toward the end. So let's jump right in. Here we go. You'll notice again, I've got my little cat creature following us around. So today we're going to start off by jumping into the Be Connected website, seeing everything we've got there. As I say every time, everything I've got presenting here is on the Be Connected website, and it's a great place to explore and learn more if I've missed anything. So we'll get on with that. We'll ask, what is online banking? Why should we use it? Why do we want to use it? How your account is secured for some peace of mind. We'll go through some safety tips. We'll do an introduction to using BPay. There's a lot more that the Be Connected website covers, but I know BPay is one that people are very interested in. And then we'll leave some time for questions at the end if we have any. So here we go. Be Connected, as I talk about each week. This is where I get all my information, where I build up this presentation from, and if I miss anything, always jump on there and have another look. They have everything from very beginner skills all the way to something like internet banking, as we're doing here today. Very easy to use, nice short courses, short videos to go along with them, print-offs to give off to people if they don't have access to a computer. That way they can learn it offline, essentially, and you can sign up to keep track of your training. And I've been forgetting to do that each time, and it always bothers me because I always get these lovely completed marks whenever I finish a course. It's very fun. So that's Be Connected. I'll look at that more in detail later on because they do have an interactive area for this course. It's very exciting. So I'll talk about that toward the end. Let's get started with what is online banking. So essentially it's just accessing your bank accounts via your computer or smart device, that being a phone, a computer, laptop, tablet, things like that. So in order to have online banking set up, to have it started for you, you will require an internet connection, as we always do with anything on the internet. You'll need either a desktop computer, a laptop, smartphone, or tablet. All this can be done on any one of those devices. They don't necessarily have to be one or the other. They are all capable of doing it, just as long as it is a smart device, meaning that it does connect to the internet. So if you only have a tablet like an iPad that doesn't have a Wi-Fi connection set up, it's not going to work. You'll need a bank account that's been set up for online banking. Many accounts are predisposed to becoming online accounts, or they already are. You just need to register and log in, and that way the account knows that it is now online and is accessed that way. And your bank makes that very easy because they want you to get online. I don't know if everyone still gets paper, not transaction, paper bills essentially, account information. Mine stopped a few years ago, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago now. So all my statements have all been online, and it's quick and easy and convenient to look at. So that's how I prefer to look at them anyway. I used to collect so many bits of paper. Every time I get sent something, I go, oh, more paper to add to the collection. So now they don't do that. They have it all online. So that's how you'd view it. You'll need a username or password to log into your account. This will be provided by your bank, and a mobile phone number in order to receive the two-factor authentication codes, which I'll talk about in a bit as well. Essentially, it's just a way to confirm, yes, it's you that's accessing this account and not someone else that's managed to get through. Your bank will always supply first off. I'll talk about it again on probably the next slide. Let's jump over. So why do we want to use online banking? Why it's preferable to just going in person and chatting with someone at the teller? Bank teller, yes. You can access your bank account at any time. The shop or the bank does not have to be open in order to use it. You get access to it any time of day, night, morning, whenever you're awake, really. You don't need a special bank account. All bank accounts are set up in order to be able to be accessed online. It used to be the case that it was more of a special thing, but now it's just everyone has it. Everyone has the access, the option to choose it. It's easily accessible through any device connected to the internet. So using an internet browser is the best way to view what we're viewing as internet banking. So something like Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Internet Explorer, Edge, all these other browsers. That's the way to get through onto it. You can do this on a tablet, on a phone. You just have to click on your preferred browser. So for most people, it's going to be Chrome or Safari if you're using Apple devices. And then that way you can then type in your bank's website and be able to log in that way. It's not mentioned here at all on the Be Connected website, but you can get an app on your phone for your bank. That way you get very quick access to your bank account just by inputting your PIN And that way you can transfer funds to different accounts, make sure you've got enough money for that transaction you're looking to do, things like that. And there's also similar apps that will protect your account if you think your account has been compromised. You can easily click or just tap the app and open it up and report something, and it happens really quickly. So if you find that you have gotten the hang of internet banking after this, or if you'd like to learn more, check out your bank's app in order to log in online as well. It's really useful, very handy, and I use it every time I'm out shopping. I'm making sure I've got enough money in that account, making sure I'm not, overdrawing or anything like that. It's added security online. Bank websites are designed to be very secure, and when logging into your account, you cannot be intercepted. Nothing can be seen or changed by anyone but you. It's just about as Fort Knox as it gets, as protected as it gets when you're doing it online. Banks invest a lot in the security of their websites and companies, so you're going to be okay with viewing these bank accounts online, and you can access your account on the go with your phone app. So I did mention it at the end there. Almost forgot to. But yes, so this is why we'd use it. It's all very safe, very handy, very efficient. Let's have a look at what you can do online. So if your transaction doesn't involve cash from the bank or having to go in there in person, you can pay a bill, send money to a friend, transfer money between accounts, make online purchases, even straight through your bank account. That can be done. And you can set up automatic bill payments or transfers, which is what I'll be talking about toward the end. We'll have a look at that in more depth. But keep in mind, when sending money to a friend or someone you're owing money to pay them, all you'll need is their BSB and their account number for their bank account. So the BSB is the bank state branch number, which links it directly to the branch of bank in your state. So if it's ANZ and your branch is in Marion, that'll be its own very specific number, and then your actual account has its own number. So it's sort of two-factor there as well. And to directly send money, you just need to know those two details. You can even send a small message saying, this was for pizza the other night. I don't owe you anymore. You owe me this. You can leave a message if you like. And when they receive the money, that message will be applied to it. So they know who it's coming from. They know why they're getting that amount. But if you do make a mistake here, you may not be able to get the money back, which is why I've sort of highlighted this area in a lovely fluffy cloud. It's very important that you make sure you get those details exact. There aren't too many numbers to worry about. The BSB, I believe, is about 6 numbers, I think. I'd have to go back and check. The account number is a bit longer, but once you've entered it into your bank system, it'll remember it for next time. So you can name it, say, this is my friend's account, and then it'll have their number and everything already saved. So once you've sort of confirmed, what I like to do if I'm paying someone for the first time, so if I've got a friend, I want to pay them for the pizza, I'll say, I'll send you $1 of it first to make sure it goes through. And then once they can confirm, yep, that's my number, I got the $1 from you, then you can send the rest of the money, and then you don't have to worry about it, any mistakes happening there. It'll get all the way through and not miss anything. Because of course, it comes up with a few warnings as you go to pay. It'll say, please make sure your numbers are all correct. We can't guarantee we can get the money back if you send it through. Because it does depend which account it goes to. If it's cross-banking sort of thing, it can be very confusing for the bank to fix up. So if you make a mistake, it might just be on you. So be very careful with that. Send $1 through, double check, make sure everything's good. Just double check all your numbers. That's the main thing I want to warn you about, make sure. So how to secure your account. Make sure your login details are known only to you. Your bank will give you a client ID to log in with. It's a very long number usually, very unique to you. From there, they'll give you a preset password, but they'll prompt you to change it as soon as you've logged in for the first time. So choose a unique and strong password, and you'll use these credentials each time to log in. There won't be any kind of username or email address you'll have to enter. It'll be this client ID and a new password that you put in. As always, it has to be a mix of uppercase, lowercase letters, lots of numbers, symbols. Keeping it very unique is important. Not using family names, pet names, birthdays in the number is really good, especially for something like your bank account. You want it to be extremely secure, so it's up to you to make a unique, strong password. I've gone through passwords before. Another few extra tips to think of is you can break down the word into an anagram sort of thing. If you've got a song lyric that's your favorite or your favorite book, you can take the first letter of each. You can get creative using symbols instead of letters, like the @ symbol can be in replacement of an A, for example. example, and just getting really creative. Anything to avoid other people guessing what your number might be, password might be. To protect your password, your browser may ask, would you like us to save that number for next time? That address, but that username and password, would you like us to save it for next time? Now, browsers do this sort of automatically. Your browser will be secure to your computer. However, if you had it saved and remembered, it means that the next person that uses that computer, even if it's your own personal laptop, if your laptop gets stolen, all your details will be on there with it. So it's always best to say, no, I don't want you to remember this password for this browser, thank you. Just click no, as I've got on the screen here, and that way you will have to enter it each time yourself, but that's probably best to train your brain to remember the numbers and the password. It's just safer this way. Any other password account, I'd probably say that this is okay to do, to remember password. But for something like banking and very secure accounts, I wouldn't recommend saving it to your browser, just because the next person that gets on it will be able to access it as well. Okay. So how your bank protects your account. There are so many measures put in place. Banks have your security as a priority. They want you to feel secure in, giving them your money and then them looking after it for you. So they're giving you many options to keep yourself safe. So online banking systems are there to keep your funds safe. They limit the amount of money that can be taken out of your account in one day. So most people, it's about $2,000 or $4,000. You can up your limit through your own account though. However, you can do it without having to confirm with the bank. However, the bank will send a confirmation to your phone usually and say, was this you that wanted to make this change? And you say, yes, this was me. Or if it was a hacker or something like that, or someone had your password, you get a message saying, was this you? You could say no, and then they would lock down your account and sort everything out. So that's a limit on your amount of money that can be taken out. That way, not all your savings are going to be withdrawn in one go. Banks monitor out of the ordinary transactions, and they'll call or they'll block your account if things seem wrong, amiss. So if you're, you have one purchase one day, one was the shops down the street, and the next purchase one day was somewhere in a far off country, you'd go, oh, that's odd. That's very bizarre. So then they would give you a call to see, have you traveled recently to this place, or given your details to someone in this country? You'd say, oh no, that's not me. And then they'd be able to lock down your account and try and return that money to you. Some banks use two-factor authentication now. So each time you log in, two-step authentication is what it's also called. It's where a code is sent to a secondary device that you own in order to confirm that it is indeed you that's logging on. So if you're on your laptop logging in, it'll send a PIN to your phone, as you've got here with Squirrel Bank. And again, Squirrel Bank is the bank of Be Connected. It's the fun little one you get to play with later. So they'll send you a code, and then you enter the code in order to continue on your computer. Email company, not email companies, but when you're using email, like Gmail will do this, especially if you're logging onto a new device that you've not used before. They use two-factor authentication, and this just, again, confirms that it is you that is trying to log on. Okey-doke. Paying bills with BPay. This is a bit more in depth as we're going. I'm breezing through this. This is great. So paying bills with BPay, very effective. You can set it up to do automatic payments as you go. And it can save the details of your biller each time. So bill payment being BPay, it can pay for your gas, electrical, water bills, for example, that come out quarterly. You can select which account they'll pay from. So something like everyday accounts, let me click through here. You can select BPay. You can select which account it comes out of. Then you can select your save biller or add a new biller, as you've got here. You just need to use the company's biller code. Let me see if I've got it here. There we go. It'll be on the corner of the bill, that very specific BPay logo, that kind of, I don't know if it doesn't have to be blue, but it is that BPay logo. It's safer and easier as you don't need to know the biller's BSB or bank account number, but instead you use the biller code and the identification on the actual bill itself. So yours is going to be, the reference number is going to be unique to each different piece of paper on a different bill. So the bill you have one week is going to be different than the next time you get a bill. All the numbers are going to be different. The biller code is going to be the same because it's the same company you're paying to. However, the reference number, which is unique to your bill, that is going to be very specific there. So that's BPay. And I wonder, what else do I have here? And then you get a nice confirmation. At the end, once you've submitted a payment, You'll get a lovely receipt number. You'll have the proof of your transaction. You can email this to the person you're paying, for example, if they are unsure if you've sent the money yet. You go, this is it, I've paid, here's my bank receipt, essentially. And that is how you find out and prove that you've paid it, which is always nice to have. So what I'll do, we've had a look at BPay. Let's have a look at our sort of, not play area, what's the term, practice area, where we can have a go at doing this ourselves. So on Be Connected, they have a set of things like games and things like that. But more recently, they've added with internet banking here, they've given you sort of a faux bank webpage in order to play with. That way you're not feeling too stressed. You feel quite confident when you come in and do your actual banking, and you can explore how a interface of a bank looks. So let's jump over. Let me get you over. Come over here. Join my Be Connected page. Here we are. Cool. So Be Connected, the way to get to this, let me just open this up in the new tab. So when you type in Be Connected into Google, this is the page you get. Nice government logo, government website, nice and clear, easy to navigate, which I deeply appreciate. It's nice to get through. Scroll down, click Topic Library. Otherwise at the top, there's also Topic Library. You've got it multiple places so you don't ever miss out. Topic library generally begins with essentials and then moving into more complicated things. So at the very, very bottom, it's going to have the topic we're looking for, but it's actually a new topic. So I can click on the secondary tab. There we go. We've got MyGov and then online banking. We'll click explore here. Now, everything I've talked about is in here as well. So if you find I've skipped over something, or if you'd like to look more in depth into a course, they're all here. So let's scroll down. We've done getting started. Practice area. I think that's what I want. Managing payments. Let's do this one. This is a bit more advanced. Here we go. And I think that's exactly the same. Yep. So that's how you navigate to it. Just select topic library, select the topic you'd like, and then pick the course within the topic. So let's scroll down. Managing practice area. It just talks about the activities coming up on your computer. We can start from the very basic, but I think we'll go paying a bill with Squirrel Bank. Here we go. So Squirrel Bank, again, is a fake bank they've made on the Be Connected website. So paying bills online is easier now that you can do it any time of day. So using the Squirrel power, we're going to pay a bill. Okie doke. And we've already added a payee. That's fine. Let's press start. So it has lovely slow drop-down menus that explain what you're meant to do, and then you follow along. So this is very similar to how you would view your bank account. This is, you've got the log off symbol in the right-hand corner. Oh, it's telling me what to do. You've got the logo of the bank in the right, so you know what kind of web page you're on to begin with. You've got your inbox. I don't know if I can click my inbox, it might tell me off. Okay, it won't let me. It wants us to select BPay. So click on transfers and BPay and then select the second option. And it's all very nice and slow and gentle and holds your hand the whole way. You don't ever feel like you're lost. Well done, you've opened the BPay page. Thank you, I have. And now we want to select the biller from. So this is which account we want to use. Let's use our everyday account. And then, yeah, excellent. So this is very much what you would see on your own banking website. This is the place to manage your payments and selecting a biller. So I've already added Squirrel Insurance, Internet and Power. We're paying a power bill today. It comes up automatically with a reference number. There we go. Maybe the bill is our account actually. Okay, maybe I misled you. So the reference number, it appears to be, and I should know this, is the account number. So for your specific household account, not just for that bill. Okay, good to know. So it's going, okay, how much do we need to pay? We need 210. See, then it says, carefully do so. Make sure you get the right numbers. Yep. Now the check option, it doesn't come up on your actual web page. It's just doing this for us today, just to confirm that we've typed the right thing. So electricity, bill. I went to do a capital before and it told me off, so I have to do case sensitive, obviously. Click check. So normally this clicking check, well done, isn't something that comes up in your own web page, but it is coming up for our practice session. But this next button would be the case. It'd say, yep, confirm. Yep, make sure you confirm payment. From here, we're getting a 2-factor authentication code sent to our phone. So it says, please get code. I'm ready. I've got my phone handy. Here it is. it sent me a code. Usually this comes up either just normally as an SMS message. So if your phone is on the lock screen, you haven't pressed anything on it, it will just pop up as if a regular notification had come up, or a text message. Once you open up, it'll open up in a larger screen like so. But being only 4 digits, normally you can just glance at it and go, okay, those 4 numbers, I'll type them through now, even without having to open them up on your phone. So it's nice and easy. And because there's so many combinations of 4-digit numbers, it's fairly safe to say that you're not just going to enter something random and get it correct. There we go. And now we'll press pay, and hopefully we will get our, there we go, our receipt. Fabulous. Oh, apparently it's the 12th of May. 9:30 p.m. I mean, you can pay a bill at any time of day, so it could be 9:30 when you press go. And now it wants us to log off. Logging off is incredibly important with these. If you were to close your browser, that is very similar to logging off, but not quite as, it's not the confirmation you want each time. There are ways to restore sessions on your browser. So even if it's not nefariously, you just want to go, oh, what was that link I closed just before? I want that web page back. You could restore the browser settings to bring up that last closed tab. But otherwise always click log off. My bank, especially when I'm using it, if I've not been active on it, meaning I haven't clicked anything on that page for a good, I think it's about 2 or 5 minutes, it will log me out automatically. The idea being that if you're on your bank, you're there to do your banking, and you don't need to wander off and do things because they're worried about other people. Maybe if you've walked off from your computer, if someone walks by, sits down, goes, account numbers, things like that, they'll be able to move your money around, send it off wherever they want to go. So it's best to log off as soon as you're done, and it will time you out. Timing out just means that it logs you off automatically and says your session is timed out. Please log in again to access your account one more time. So just an extra bit of security that they put in. Ta-da, we have done it. We've paid our bill. Excellent. Very good to see. And then we can press exit to view more activities. So Be Connected's more than just, slideshows like I'm showing. There are practice areas, places to play around, give it a go. And if we look at more, I don't know if I can go all the way back. This is the previous course. You can start in from even the very basics, so knowing how to log in and log off, checking your transactions, your inboxes. Ooh, let's look at our inbox, shall we? Excellent. Press start. Oh, there's a message in our inbox. I have one unread message. Enjoy your reward. What? So the one in bold, as it's telling us, is the one you can click. So it's very much like it's a very secure email system where it's just within your bank. It's just your bank's emails. I won frequent flyer points. Excellent. I like to delete. It won't let me, of course. It's not what it's programmed to do right now, but you could just delete that message if you're not interested. Okay, well, that is my brief introduction to online banking. I'll just see if I can't show you anything else on my PowerPoint. It might have just been a very quick session today, I think. Gives me time to promote other things, which is good. Okie doke. And now we've logged off. We've logged off of Squirrel Bank. Let's have it spin away. And I'll pause for questions, and then I'll get into talking a wee bit about a few events we've got coming up with some of our local business owners, as well as library businesses, library events, things like that. Other Be Connected sessions to get excited about. We're printing off a larger print off coming up soon, so that's going to be exciting. Something to promote the next 2 months. But for now, I'll just quickly pause my video and I'll wait for some questions. So just 1 minute. Okie doke, thank you very much. Let's continue on. I've just shifted the size of my screen. What am I doing? Here we go. So how to stay connected with us. And I'm also going to chat about a few events that are coming up. So first things first, check out our Facebook page or our Instagram page in order to keep up to date with current events as they, form, ideas, new events, things you're excited about. We post them at City of Marion Libraries. Check out our What's On page on the actual City of Marion website. You can click on libraries, then What's On, or you can just hit the What's On button and then you can see everything across council that's happening. You can subscribe to our Library Loop newsletter. We put out one newsletter each month, so nothing to overwhelm you. And we include some programs we're excited about, things that are coming out new, some book reviews every now and then, fun stuff, library stuff. Or you can visit or call us on 8375-6755. I'm up at the Hallett Cove branch. If you want to come say hello, you're absolutely welcome. And one thing I'd like to promote today, lovely Bridget, who works with Next Steps, has offered to promote my programs, and I would like to do the same to her. She has an event coming up on the 20th of October at the Cove Civic Centre. Oh, I have it open here. Let me show you. Don't mind my squinting, just trying to see where I'm going. Here we go. There we go. I believe it's part of Get Online Week, which is occurring, beginning the 20th or the 19th of October, the Monday. And it's a Be Connected initiative, getting just everybody online in that week. It's kind of just like a time to promote and get excited about, online technologies and things. And this one's a part of the Southern Adelaide HR Development at Work, part of Next Steps. And it's just a lovely program. You can come in, have some gourmet morning tea, as I've popped it here, all within the Cove Civic Centre, so the actual Hallett Cove Library. If you're used to visiting us on Ragamuffin Drive, we're here. And this will be going on the 20th of October. Bit of a networking session. It seems as though you get to play around with some laptops and some computers, just get some help with online stuff, but kind of in a very informal, chatty session. So that's there, and this is the link. So what you would want to look up is, you can just look up, now's the time to get online. Now's the time to get online in Southern Adelaide. You can just type that into Eventbrite and find it that way. I don't believe we've got it popped anywhere else, hidden away or anything. You just have to type it through. There'll be laptops at the event. There's some free digital coaching, and it's limited to 30 places. So there's some interest there for sure. Absolutely. Beautiful. So that's now's the time to get online. A few other things I'd like to chat about are events in general. If you find that you're looking for something to do over the next few months, we've got everything up on the City of Marion Libraries Eventbrite page. The way you do that is you go on to the What's On page. You can check out our Facebook and find it that way as well. There are a few ways to access it. Just look up City of Marion Libraries, What's On. You can get the direct link to Eventbrite if you do that through Google as well. We've mostly got up our baby bounce and storytelling. That's every week. We've got that running at 3 different branches. And then we've got all our other events that you may want to jump into for the upcoming months. Some exciting stuff. We're doing an introductory iPad for beginners course, and that'll be a 4-week course, and that's where you can take home one of our iPads and have a play, and then come back every 2 weeks and get another course from me teaching in person, which will be very exciting. I'm very keen to get back to face-to-face interaction, so that's what we'll be doing with that. And then there are a few others. So digital mentoring, another one that's opening up. If you find you've got someone in your life or yourself who would like one-on-one mentoring, to be able to sit down with someone for just half an hour, we're keeping them quite short at the moment, to have a sit down and then chat about one of our topics. So we're unable to provide consumer advice, configuration viruses, or fix faulty hardware or software. So definitely more skill-based, learning about certain programs, how to use certain programs, things like that. But we can do one-on-one digital mentoring, and that'll be with me, half an hour every other Tuesday. You can hang out with me. All these you can find on our Eventbrite page. Same thing, just type in Eventbrite City of Marion Libraries. It'll be the first result. I'll show you. I will prove it. City of Marion Libraries. Eventbrite. There you go. Nice and purple because I've clicked it, of course. And that's how you find us right there. Nice and easy, nothing too difficult. And that way you can book in. You can always give us a call if you're having trouble, and we can help you on the other end to find the website. Beautiful. I believe that's all I have to share with you today. So I'll just finish up with a lovely thank you very much again for attending one more time. I'll be seeing you next week for another installation. What do we call these? Another session online here. Very keen to see you again. So until then, everyone, happy learning, happy using technology, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.